All right. Hi, Nicole. I'm so glad we're finally hearing your story of transformation with Scale Up with Simplicity. And as your coach, your main cheerleader, I'd like to hear your hero story and, of course, appreciate your valuable feedback on the program. So, when you're ready, let me know. We can get started.
Yeah, I am ready.
Yay! Okay. So I have my question. My first question is, can you please give us a brief background about yourself, what you're doing before you joined Scale Up with Simplicity, and what you're currently doing now?
Yeah. So before I joined Scale Up with Simplicity, I am already working with a couple of clients as a virtual assistant and also an executive assistant. So if you are into freelancing, you know the difference. And it's for me, it's a great start to actually really discover what works for me or what would be my niche. And it just so happened that I met Hart and I became her executive assistant, and I realized that okay, my client has her own coaching, and I was thinking of joining it because I feel like that's also an open door for me, an opportunity for me to really widen my understanding on the freelancing industry, and at the same time, I'm also hoping that I can narrow down the thing that I do because because it's one thing to be an assistant and discover a lot of things as you work with your client as a general virtual assistant and executive assistant, but it's another thing to be an expert in a specific niche. And also it's kind of different because you're not um, just merely following like instructions from your clients, but it is when you kind of, I was thinking that time, if I can niche down and focus on one thing, then it would be more valuable to my clients. So I grabbed the opportunity. I approached hard, even though I was feeling is will it be okay with her, but gladly it did. It was. So yeah, that's why I am here now.
I'm glad you took the leap, and that's, I think, the first thing to help you move forward in your journey. And when you mentioned about narrowing down, can you give us a bit background of what's your current niche? Because before, when you started as a generalist, basically
Yeah.
helping business owners with entirely anything that's admin as an
Mm.
executive assistant. So where you are heading now, can you give us a brief background on the niche you chose because of
Yeah.
the clarity?
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, in my case, as I was working with my clients before, I'm always fond of doing anything that has to do with multimedia, like video editing, creating posters, and even doing the social media. So that already gave me a direction on what would be my niche. And now I already decided, I had this clarity of why not I will pursue social media management, since this is something that's really valuable and something that a lot of like coaches and even content creators and all other people in the virtual industry that really needs. So I think it's a wise decision, because that's one thing you have to consider if you are going to niche down, that I also learned from our coaching, is to find a gap and be the reason for, or like if there is any gap, be the bridge, so that this person or this coach will be able to achieve a certain goal. And that's what happened, and it's has always been something that's natural with me, that I love creating content. So it also in line with my values as a person, because I love helping people. So it's also not just for the sake of earning money or leveling up with my income, monthly income or something, but it's really also giving value to other people. So that's the reason why I chose social media management, and I partnered it with multimedia production, and mainly on the podcasting, which I also do. So yeah, that's
It
it.
really sounds exciting. So I'm really glad you found clarity on the niche and finding the gap and where to fit in terms of
Yeah.
services plus the market need. So can you tell us what do you really appreciate most about this program?
Honestly, I was thinking about this question, and there were a lot of things that I really appreciate about this program. And I also mentioned this to Heart already, but if there's one thing that I really appreciate about this program is it's the person behind the scale of its simplicity. And you already know who that person
Oh,
is.
yes.
It's you. Yeah, it's you, Heart. It's because um I could say that there were a lot of golden nuggets that I got from our laser coaching, the every Saturday call, and especially the one-on-one coaching. Because if there's one thing that also really impact me, and it would be always something that I will bring with me in this freelancing journey as I establish my own business, that would be to tune into my intuition. And it's something that I really appreciate, and it really gave me a lot of clarity after hearing that from you. And I feel like every time I will hear that line, I will always remember you. And the reason also why I really appreciate you during the program, it's because I really see in you that you are not that kind of coach that you would withhold um, not every knowledge that you have. And it really makes me excited every time you share the things that you learn from your coaching and even the things you learn from the books you've read and even the content of the program itself. I feel like it does not just cost like um if we're gonna convert it in dollars like $200. It's not, the cost does not really does not really fit the value that we get from the program itself. So if there's one thing that I really appreciate about the program, it would be really you, Heart, the person behind all of these things.
Wow. So that really warms our heart. Thank you, Nicole. That's a really big one for me. So when speaking about the results that you have gotten so far, please describe these results that you experienced with Scale Up with Simplicity in the past 90 days.
Yeah. So when it comes to the result, I understand before I enter this program, this can really vary from person to person because it depends on how much work you're going to put into the program that you're enrolled. And I am completely aware of that. And the reason why I'm saying this, it's because the results that I got are not really having like new clients, but it's more on what's more, and which is something that I really needed, something that I really expected that I will get from the program. And that would be first, just like what I've mentioned, it's to have a clarity of the niche and even the package that I will be offering my clients. That's very important because that's like a foundation of how you're going to build your business. And it is something that I could say that is really part of my personality. So um, it's really valuable to me. Another thing is I was able to get a bird's eye view of the freelancing industry, which really helped me see how I can position myself as my own brand. For me,
Yes.
I feel like it's very important because you cannot go in a war without any equipment. And I could say that the things that I got from the program really equipped me and prepared me to really take another leap of faith in my freelancing industry. And I think the last thing would be, and I think this is not something tangible that people can see, but this is something that will always remain in me from this coaching is it made me realize that there's so much that I need to learn. Not to make me feel like I'm not good enough. No, it's not that. But to make me realize that there's still so much to discover and learn in this field. And for me, that's very important because looking back a few months ago, because of this pandemic, 2020, all of the things that happened in my life, um, I just felt so stuck and it felt like this thing that I'm doing as a virtual assistant is not really challenging me anymore. So I was looking for something more wherein I can be creative, I can be of impact. I will always say this. I think it's the word of the day: value. It's
Yes.
that urge inside of me that I want to bring value into this world, and hopefully the person that I'm gonna help, for example, as a social media manager, then this person can, and I will be supporting a client. I'll be able to help them, and they can also impact other people. And yeah, and being in this course, I could say it was not easy for me. It was overwhelming, but it's a good kind of overwhelming because, again, I was challenged and I saw that there's just a lot of things that is lacking in me, especially in my mindset and even how I do things, even the things that happens in the sales, in the marketing. There's just a lot of things that I would look forward to learn more after the 3 months of the course. And I think those were um, what the main things, the valuable things that I got. And I know these were the essential things that I need for me to be equipped as I really establish my own business in the freelancing. And yeah.
Yeah, to sum that up, I think that the number one big thing that you mentioned is giving value and providing value to your clients, which is really key. Second one is clarity. You found clarity of the
Yeah.
directions, and I think the next move forward for you is to consistently challenge yourself.
Yeah.
So, and that ties into my next question. So, what's your next big goal after the scale up with simplicity?
Um, yeah. So for the next big goal, I was thinking of, like, yeah, what would be my next big goal? I think it would be really to establish my own freelancing business, because at this point in my life, I could say that I was not yet able to really, though I was able to work for a few clients in social media management, but it's not really something that I could say that I already gave my all, my full potential. But this
Mhm.
time, I am seeing myself really establishing in what capacity can I say, establish something that um, I could own it, and then at the same time really see results from the clients that I will be helping.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's one of my next big goal, and I am aiming to do that this year, hopefully.
Yes, of course. I know you can do that. You have a lot of potential in you, and for sure, with the clarity that you have gained to move forward on your own business and the support that you have, for sure, I know you're well on your way towards building your own business out of the freelancing. And so, would you, Nicole, recommend Scale Up with Simplicity program with other freelancers, and why?
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely recommend this program. It's because, just like in my own experience, it really widened my perspective about this industry. And at the same time, actually, there's one person that I got in the program wherein I recommended the program, which is at the Shang.
Yes.
And I think, and this is a good start. This can be a great jump start for everyone who wants to not just start their freelancing career but their own business, because I think those things are different. Because if you're gonna just pursue your freelancing career, then most likely you're gonna like be a contractual, but if you're gonna own a business, then that's another thing, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I would definitely um endorse this course. And there was even once there was this person that asked me how am I doing in the course that I am going through right now. And I was able I told them that yeah, it is something that you would really want to try. The like $200 that you're gonna invest here is just like, I feel like it's not really, I don't know how to explain it, but the worth is the value that you get from the program is not really worth just 10 like $200. It's so much more than that. So it's a win-win. It's a great investment if you to yourself,
Mhm.
not just learning the basics of, or not just basic, but the advanced things in the freelancing business, but at the same time we're helping you work on your mindset, because this program
Yes.
is very intentional. It's very intentional. And there are even sessions wherein I feel like I'm having counseling with heart, which really helped me as a young adult. So if you're a young adult, you're just trying to figure out your life, I think this is a must try for you. And I know you're not gonna regret
Okay. That really warms my heart. Well, except for in the counseling, we're not in the principal's suite, but
it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
somewhat like that.
I think you call you yeah. Well, it's you can treat it like motherly piece of
Yeah, yeah,
advice or sisterly piece of
yeah.
advice. But yeah, I really appreciate you being really open when you during our one-on-one session, being really opening your heart out and an op- an open mind to accept and receive the wisdom is being passed on, of course, and the knowledge is there, one thing. And yeah, I think you've said the key ingredients already, and I'm really very very grateful for those feedback. And if you can give any more feedback, any other feedback on the program and what's working and what can be improved, what would you say would that be?
When it comes to what could be improved, I think there's really none, because yeah, and then I'm not sure. Actually, there's really none. But there's one thing that I also appreciate with this program. It's the freebies.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah, because I don't know. I just thought about it because it's something that maybe I'm a gift kind of person. That's my one
Mhm,
of my love language. But
mhm.
yeah, it's the fact that you are intentional with the program itself. I think that's already more than enough. And yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you, Nicole. This has been really valuable feedback already. And since this is a program review, and the story of your transformation is really great. And if there's anything that you would like to share for those who are on the fence of maybe trying an online coaching course, is there one piece of advice that you can give them?
um, if there's one thing that I could tell them, I think it would be to really prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for change and just be really open with whatever you're gonna learn. And the thing is, it the things that your coach will be telling you will not may not always resonate with what you are like, some of the values that you have, but that does not make the coaching bad at all. But it just at some point it will allow you to assess every part of the program and even encourage you to really get deeper into your values. And even but all in all, I could say that my values and my core values and my perspective in my goals in my life was even clarified because of this course. And yeah, and it's just being open to be teachable, be able to be open to unlearn so that you can also learn again. Because sometimes we feel like we already know a lot of things, but at the end we just found out that okay, I've been believing the wrong things all this time. But yeah, just being open because you'll be able to get the most out of the program.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. That's one key thing. And learning and relearning is one big thing because yeah, you'll end up more in more wisdom once you get those and fill in, of course. Fill in
Mm,
not to make sure that you are a cup your cup is full. Make sure that you have space to um
to be
attract
filled.
more and be filled again.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Nicole. And I wish you the best in all your future endeavors. And I look forward to seeing your successes. And
Yes.
we'll sure be seeing each other hopefully soon.
Yeah.
After COVID, when everyone gets vaccinated, I'm sure we're gonna visit your place or you come visit us here.
Yay. Yeah.
Yay!